Well, hello, here we are outside the Armadale State Library. And guess what? It is closed. Armadale Library is closed today, Saturday, 8th of November, 2025. What's the explanation for the closure? Nobody knows. No one's been told. In fact, there was a group out here earlier who had a booking at the library and they were not informed that the library was closed. So they turned up wondering, when are they going to let us in for the library? No. Normally it is open Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m, but today it is closed. What possibly could be the reason? We just don't know. Well, we're going to ask the CEO on Monday when we have a council meeting and find out why are they closing the library without any explanation. There'll be a very interesting answer that we get from their CEO. Until then, we'll move right down to the Memorial Park and see what's happening down there.
Yep, go. Welcome. We are here in the City of Armadale, standing outside the Armadale Shopping Centre in support of this gentleman here, Declan Mansfield. Declan Mansfield worked at the City of Armadale Library for 15 years as a library clerk. Until recently, he was essentially forced out of that position because he found that the training that he was required to do, the D.E.I training, was full of woke ideology. And so he refused to do the training, he was pressured, he thought the environment was toxic, and he felt that he could no longer work in that place anymore. And so what we're doing is supporting his action against the City of Armadale, because they are going to take them to the State Administrative Tribunal and take their case up. This action has been brought also by the Free Speech Union of Australia, and they're the ones who applied for this permit for this rally. And so we are here as supporters of the Free Speech Union because they believe in free speech. Declan would write articles for the Spectator magazine, which obviously didn't go down too well at the City of Armadale. And therefore they put pressure on him. They made him an outcast in his own work environment. And because of that, he could no longer work there in a capacity which was going to be safe for his mental health. So he was forced out, and we are coming here today to support Declan. And interesting point here is that we went up to the library to see what was going on, and we found out that the library is closed today. Now, the library is actually supposed to be open all Saturday, but it is closed. No explanation has been given as to why the library has been closed. We spoke with some people who said that they had a booking at the library today, but they were not informed that the library was closed. Why is the library closed? Don't they believe in free speech? Maybe they heard about our little rally here and thought, oh, we don't want anyone hearing about what's really going on, and we'll get triggered and feel bad. So we're just going to close the library. What happens if we have a protest every single day? Are they going to close the library indefinitely? We will find out, because we're going to go up to Armadale Council and we're going to ask them about why they closed the library today, because no explanation has been given. So that's why we're here today. If you've got any questions, come and talk to us. We've got a documentary to share with you. There's a QR code which you can click on and hear Declan speak himself, so you know what actually he's talking about. And more people are coming. Good to be with you today. We're going to have some speakers later on, and right now that was just an introduction, so you know why we're here. Any questions, come on down. We're friendly people, and we want to tell you what's going on in the world. You won't hear about this in the mainstream media. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we are here today to support Declan Mansfield's fight against the City of Armadale. So he lost his job at the library here after 15 years when he was forced to do D.E.I education. His concerns were that it was politically charged, and it turned out to be true. What it demonstrated was the full ideological capture by the librarians and by the City of Armadale. You cannot force people to believe in an ideology, especially one that is not based in reality. So teaching people or re-educating people to make them believe that men are actually women isn't right. It's not correct, and it certainly shouldn't be legal. It is against freedom of thought, freedom of speech. So I am hoping that this will create some more noise and let people understand how dangerous the ideological capture can be and how it leads to our cancellation as people in the society, as employees, and simply wanting to be here. We should all have the right to free speech, and it shouldn't be regulated at all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends of freedom. I'm here as Vice President of the Libertarian Party WA to stand with Declan Mansfield, a man punished not for what he did, but for what he thought. Declan refused to recite ideology in a taxpayer-funded library. He spoke truth in the Spectator, and the City of Armadale responded with gossip, smears, and a forced resignation. This is not inclusion, this is coercion. State institutions must remain neutral, not classrooms for activists or podiums for personal opinions. Your rates should fund books and services, not political re-education. Freedom of speech is not the property of the loudest ideology. It belongs to every citizen, especially the quiet librarian who dares to dissent. Declan's fight is our fight. Neutrality is liberty's last line of defence. Stand with Declan. Demand neutrality, defend free speech. The Libertarian Party stands with Declan, and we will always stand in defence of free speech. Thank you.
1 hour later.
Is Stuart Chapman. I have a number of questions. I know I'll start with two, and if there's time, perhaps I'd like to ask two more, a total of four, if there is time. My first question is, which I have submitted in writing prior to the meeting. Could the Council please explain how the closure of the Armadale Library on Saturday affected or will affect the financial reimbursement of casual, part-time and full-time staff?
Thank you for your question. I understand that this question has been given to the CEO, and we'll take it on notice, and an answer will be provided to you in writing in the coming days.
Thank you. And my second question is, what reforms will the City implement to ensure that library staff are protected from bullying, ideological pressure or discrimination, and that future concerns are handled transparently and fairly?
Again, thank you very much for the question. We'll take that question on notice and provide an answer to you in writing.
Given those taken on notice, may I read my other two questions?
Yes, certainly.
Will the Council issue an apology to Mr Mansfield for the harm caused to his professional reputation and well-being, and what measures will be taken to restore public confidence in the City's governance of its libraries?
Again, I'm going to have to take that question on notice, and the City will provide an answer to you in writing.
My fourth question is, will the Council issue a public statement addressing Mr Declan Mansfield's claims against the City of Armadale concerning workplace bullying, the ideological nature of diversity training and the toxic work environment he alleges he was forced to endure?
Again, that will have to be a question that we'll take on notice. Thank you for the question, but yes, we will provide an answer to you in writing.
That concludes my questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity. My name's Brian Gilman. I live in Bowden Crescent, just down the road here. And in reference to Welcome to Country, I'd like to just open up. I do have two questions. Has the Council received any complaints or internal communications regarding the concealment, removal or hiding of library books due to their content or perceived political sensibility?
Again, I'm going to have to take the question on notice, and we'll provide a written answer to you.
Second question, does the Council affirm that employees of the City of Armadale have the right to hold and express divergent views, including differing beliefs about gender and related social topics, without fear of reprisal or discrimination.
Again, Brian, I thank you for your question, but we'll have to take the question on notice and we'll provide
Thank you.
an answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other?
Yeah, g'day. My name's Alan. I'd like to ask the questions. What steps has the council taken to investigate the criminalisations? My apologies. The circumstances that led to Mr. Declan Mansfield's resignation from the Armadale Library, and does it acknowledge that his treatment reflects failure of workplace culture?
We'll have to take the question on notice and we'll provide a written answer to you.
Okay, and my second question is, what reforms will the city implement to ensure that the library staff are protected from bullying, ideological pressure and discriminations, and that future concerns are handled transparently and fairly? Sorry.
What training or guidance has the City provided to management and staff to ensure respect for viewpoint diversity and compliance with the Equal Opportunity Act 1984 WA?
Thank you very much for the question, and we'll take it on notice and provide a written answer.
Has the Council conducted any review into whether internal policies or management actions contributed to the distress or resignation of Mr. Mansfield? If not, why not?
Yeah, again, we'll take the question on notice and we'll provide a written answer.
Thank you.
Given the protest was entirely peaceful and involved approximately 15 well-behaved participants, would the Council confirm that the library will not be closed again if a similar peaceful rally occurs in the future?
Thank you very much for the question, and we will provide an answer to you in a written form. Thank you.
Does the Council support intellectual freedom in its libraries, and what policies are in place to prevent suppression of unlawful reading material again?
We'll take the question on notice as well, and we'll provide a written answer to you.
Do you mind me asking, please, why are no questions being answered tonight?
Part of it is because we need to find more information, and the other aspect is it is also part of an ongoing legal matter, and we're unable to comment.
Why was the Armadale Library suddenly closed on Saturday the 8th of November in response to a peaceful and law-abiding public rally in support of Mr. Mansfield?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, we'll have to take the question on notice, and we'll provide a written answer to you.
And one more question. Who authorised the decision to close the library that day, and what risk assessment on policy justification was used to support that action?
Thank you for the question, and we'll take it on notice and provide a written answer to you.
So the written answer that comes privately to us, does it? Is it also recorded on a public register?
I believe it's in the public register, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we've just come back from asking 14 questions in council chambers today. Every single one of them, they said, we'll take that on notice and we'll answer that in writing at a later time. They were not prepared to answer simple questions such as, what was the reason for closing the library? They knew the answer to that question, but they just didn't want to put it on record on live stream so people could see that the reason that they closed the library was because for ideological reasons, and they were concerned that we would go into the library and possibly cause a problem. Well, we're peace-loving people. We're not violent people. And but they weren't prepared to give a reason. There were people that went to the library that day who had booked rooms who were not informed that the library was closed. There were staff that were only told at the last minute. Some of them may have lost wages. So it is unacceptable that they closed the library for ideological reasons. They're hiding books, and they also created a toxic work environment for Declan Mansfield simply because he was writing articles and he held views which were as different to those of management. And so they pressured him, and they basically tormented him, and he refused to do the ideological training that he was required to do. even though it was not based on facts, it was based on feeling and emotion, and this trans ideology that is going around at the moment. And so we're here to support Declan and his case against the City of Armadale, and hope that that will get to court very quickly and he'll be reinstated as one of the most beloved library officers in the city of Perth, in the City of Armadale. And we have someone here who's actually stated that they greatly miss him being on the counter, his friendly demeanour. So we are here to support Declan. What we saw today was pathetic, and can't be said anything else, that they refused to answer a single question. And we demand answers, and we want those answers in writing, and we will follow up those with further questions in the future. Thank you.